So the other day, I did something that was either really, really smart or pretty stupid. And a lot of people already have had their opinions. I thought I'd make a video on it and talk to you guys about some of the moves we've made in the gallery lately. Sometimes when you post publicly pretty much all the stuff you do on Sorare, you have people that think that you've made a great decision, and you have people that think that you have messed up big time. And I definitely have it from both sides at the moment, but I did a big trade the other day and I thought I'd make a video explaining why I did it. Now you'll notice straight away there's a big boy card in my gallery right here. I don't know if my valuation went up or down with it or not, but I did a big trade the other day and it was this trade, and I'd love to hear your opinions in the comments down below what you think of this trade. I traded my super rare Doku and a rare Kingsley Coman for super rare Antoine Griezmann. Now, I initiated the trade. I made the offer. I actually didn't expect it to be accepted. But I made the trade and it got accepted. So that's kind of how it worked. Now, the reason why I did this mainly, although I think Super Rare Doku is a great card, and recently I actually sold for, what did they sell for? 1.9 ETH. And I'm just saying, you know, this one sold for like 2.5 ETH recently. So I'm just saying. Although I think Doku Super Rare is a fantastic card, I think obviously when he starts, we're looking at a absolute smasher, right? An L15 of 63, an L40 of 61. If you look at home games only, you've got an L15 of sorry, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. That's with his non-starts and his starts. If you look at home games only, the last 13 games he's got a 76. Looking at both, he's got a 71 for the last 26 starts. So he's actually a phenomenal player. Now, he's under 23. He's only 21 years old. He plays for Man City. The problem with Doku for me is I have a lot of what I would like to call cheat code smashers in my gallery. And although he's a cheat code smasher, there is absolutely zero guarantee with this card. And it's half the reason why I got rid of it. And I think a lot of people will understand where I'm coming from with this. The amount of lineups that I've had Doku in where he's either DMP'd or smashed it, and the other players have I don't know. You know, like sometimes it swings and roundabouts. Like a lineup like this, for example, like granted, to be fair, I mean, Coman already killed this lineup, but let's say Pascal Gross had have got an assist and Coman had have had a good game, he would have dropped a stinker, and that's a starter game, you know what I mean? And that happens with 21-year-olds. I can't remember what game week it was, but I had a game week where he basically stunk out the gaff, and it didn't feel nice, basically. But the main reason why I got rid of him is the uncertainty around him and Pep Roulette. You can never really guess when he's going to start and when he's going to get benched. And the reason why I say this is you actually can't. You actually cannot guess when he's going to start. Man City alone, right? Gets benched his first game there. He'd just moved, to be fair. Then starts the next two back-to-back. Gets benched, starts the next two. So you're thinking, okay, he'll get benched, start the next two. Get benched for the next two games, starts the next two, bench starts, bench starts. There is no consistency. There is no pattern. There's nothing to guess. You just don't know. So the main reason why I got rid of him is mainly because there's just no... I think for a gallery of my size and for what I'm trying to do, I don't think I can have players that are risks. And the reason why I added Coman to this trade is partially for the same reason, and partially because he's French and he was playing that game week, and I thought it might help get the trade accepted if he had a replacement for his lineup, for example. But with Gnabry back, there's just no guarantee Coman's going to start every game like he was. I mean, when Gnabry was playing, a lot of the time Gnabry would play in the bigger games and Coman would get benched. I mean, look at United versus Bayern, for example. There's absolutely no guarantee, and it's the same for France. There's no guarantee he will start against France either. Start for France. And I just could not have this uncertainty in my gallery if I'm trying to play big lineups with him. So that's why I added him to the trade. Now, in total, I think my side is probably worth around 2.1 ETH, and I think Griezmann's probably 2.5 ETH. So I'm quite happy with my side. And again, you can let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But the reason why I picked up Griezmann, I mean, first of all, he's back on sets for Atletico, which is really nice. He should be getting a lot better scores now. But like, players go through these periods all the time. And this is where people end up selling their cards, you know, the 60s or 40s or whatnot, like the slow periods, the not great periods. But a lot of these games are just tough matchups where he just did not have a foothold in the game. Atletico didn't have a foothold in the game. You know what I mean? With a lot of these matchups, you know, the 1-1 against Lazio, just not a great performance from Atletico Madrid. The 3-0 against Valencia, again, not a very good performance from Atletico Madrid. So So I wasn't particularly worried. He's a player that seems to have a sort of 45 to 50 base in most games. That's why I wasn't particularly worried with this card, because I knew he'd start smashing it again. And I was looking and I thought, you know what? With some of the matchups coming up, you've got Gibraltar at home, you've got Mallorca at home, you've got Almeida, you've got Lazio at home, Athletic Club, Getafe. I know Athletic Club is not an easy matchup at all, but I think he will score pretty well in it. Getafe and Seville at home as well, and Vallecano at home after. He's got some good matchups coming up. I thought it's a card I'd love to have in the gallery, and if he gets back to the scoring that he was last season, it'd be fantastic. But another reason why I like Griezmann as well, firstly, he's got a long contract. He's only 32. He's got a long contract, right? He's not going away anytime soon, right? He's not. I highly doubt he moves to Saudi Arabia at all. I think they wanted him and he just said no. But the other thing is that he will go to the MLS at some point, I think. As far as I'm aware, everything I've ever read on Griezmann, he loves America and he wants to play in the MLS before he retires. So it's something where when he eventually does go to the MLS, it's another super rare that I've got that. He will smash the MLS. I'm sorry, but he will kill it in the MLS. He'll be fantastic in the MLS. I don't care if he's a Carlos Heel, he's got no one around him. He just does it all himself. He'll do everything. He'll be fantastic in the MLS, in my opinion. So there were a few factors why I picked Griezmann out of a few different cards. So Griezmann for Doku, pretty much. Coman, like, I'll be honest with you, I think Coman's going to drop in price quite a lot now. I think I can see him going to, like, I think it can go 0.1 flat. I can see him going to. I think Coman will be start bench, bench, start bench. You know what I mean? There'll be no fucking consistency. Sorry for swearing. And you just won't be able to predict with this card. So that's why I sort of made this trade happen. And I thought I'd make a video on it to see what you guys thought and see if you guys want to give your opinion and who you think came out better in this trade, me or DNC. Now, obviously, in hindsight, let's say Doku or Griezmann got an injury. Touch wood, neither of them do. I really hope neither of them do. But, like, let's say they did. Obviously, then you'd be like, oh, well, that guy got the better hand of the trade. But, like, just off sort of face alone, I'd love to hear your opinions. I haven't really made too much Sorare content lately, but I thought I would sort of give you a little update on that. Now, in terms of a gallery update in general, actually, I have been making a couple of moves here and there. So I actually sold my Robin Olsen. Quite funny that I did. They somehow got battered by Azerbaijan. Now, I know they play Estonia at home. I just realized I didn't need a second international goalkeeper with Unai Simon, even though Unai Simon didn't start, but I'm not panicking. I sold my Bardachki. Now, I was really excited to get this Bardachki because I had a super rare Galatasaray stack for the longest time, and obviously he scores quite well. He's their best defender by a mile. Ironically, as soon as I get him, like, they stop playing Angelino, and he's playing out on left back some games, and it's just not what I want. You know what I mean? So I actually decided, what I decided to do is I listed him up for an ETH. I bought him off of You Never Walk Alone for, let me quickly find him. Here we go. I paid 0.8 flat for him, listed him up for an ETH, and Pranksy came and paid an ETH for him. So I'll happily take that deal. 0.2 profit, and I've got an ETH now to play with as well. In general, I think I'm going to be moving away from my Galatasaray stack. Now, something I've learned from my experience with stacking, and don't get me wrong, the Galatasaray boys have won me some rewards. If I go to Muslera in my gallery, I'll show you guys. Like, they've won me a few cards. To be fair, I'm not gonna lie to you. They've won me a few cards. So here we go. So he won me Igor Postionski. He won me Ruben Providence, Robin Proper, Florian Yaretz, Richie Delat, and Rory McKenzie. Overall, like, £2,000 worth of cards. Pretty good, right? But the thing is with full stacking is very, very rarely, unless they smash their opponents by a large margin, it's very rare you get all 5 players from that team smash. So this is a great example. Icardi did really well. Muslera did really well. Bardachki did really well. Or did okay. But then, like, you know, I mean, first of all, I had Angelino, who didn't even get onto the pitch. So that killed this lineup straight away. But, like, you know, there is literally, you can only have maximum 2 defenders. Then you have to have a midfielder. Then you have to have a forward. Yeah, Icardi did well. Let's say you won the lottery and you picked Bardachki and Davinson Sanchez. Then you have to have a midfielder. I mean, people didn't really predict Ndombele to start that much. You know, maybe you have Kerem Aktürkoğlu's midfielder card. And yes, he on paper had a pretty decent game, but his midfielder did not score like this. His midfielder scored way worse than this, sorry. Can't speak. His midfielder scored about 42. Your lineup's not going to win anything. Like, it's going to win a card, but it's not going to win anything significant because your midfielder sucks. You know what I mean? So that's a big thing with full stacking. It's very rare So what I think I'm going to do, even in like the 3-0 was pretty good actually, to be fair. This I won Robin proper from the one time it actually smashed, right? You can see I had Muslera, Angelino, Demabe, Actacoglu, and Icardi. What I will be doing in the future, more so now, will be defensive stacking, offensive stacking, like, or just playing certain players, maybe if it makes sense with certain players, but not always. Like, for example, if I don't move on any of my Galatasaray boys, maybe I play Kerem Aktürkoğlu with Icardi, and I play an FC Twente defensive stack. Or maybe I play a Genk defensive stack, and I play a Fenerbahce offensive stack. You know, I think that makes way more sense to split it up depending on matchups as well, rather than having 5 of the same team. Now, I actually enjoy full stacking for watching the game, so I'll keep my Man United full stack. I enjoy watching Man United games where having a full stack as well, but I think it's far suboptimal to full stack instead of sort of just playing your better cards and trying to play them in a smart way, if that makes sense. So that's kind of why I'm moving away from the full Galatasaray stack. I'm not sure who I'm going to sell yet. I do want to break it up a little bit. Maybe I just sell Muslera. I've got some players listed, so if any of you guys want to make an offer, feel free. I've got pretty much all of them listed, and I'm not going to sell every single one. I'm going to sell some. I'm not going to sell others. I'm going to sort of see where that takes me. But yeah, if anyone wants to make me an offer, feel free. But yeah, we're going to see sort of what happens. I'm just having a look at this lineup as well. See how this lineup looks. So 36% chance of a clean sheet is not bad. I like the sort of Kawasaki trio there. Kerem Aktürkoğlu against Wales. There's no odds, but it looks pretty good. Griezmann. I mean, I don't know if Griezmann's going to play or not. Do I like Messi against Brazil? Not really. I'll be honest with you, not really. I'd much prefer Wakizaka there, to be honest. I think Wakizaka's got a better chance of scoring well. Sorry, that's how my brain works. But yeah, so the main video today was to give you a little update and just to look at the gallery and the changes we made. I also picked up a few different cards here and there. So Magnus Mattsson, I just think he's a good player. I thought for a super rare being at like 0.3, I thought he was a good pickup. He's one of those cards I can't play him every single week. He's not gonna continue scoring like this. But I know, for example, they play Go Ahead at home. I will play him in Challenger Rare Pro or Rare Plus against Go Ahead at home, or Challenger Super Rare, because I mean, it's Go Ahead at home, and I know he's a good scorer, and I know he's on a, you know, he doesn't take every set, but I know he takes some sets here and there, but he's just involved in play a lot. So yeah, like he's someone that's got the most assists. Well, to be fair, he doesn't really take sets at all, but like he takes some free kicks but he's involved in the play. The main thing is he's involved in the play a lot. When I watched him against Twente and Volendam, like he was in and out, involved in the play a lot, which is why I liked him. So he's a good card that I picked up. I picked up a Pascal Gross, mainly because of the Sorare Ramble boys, I can't lie. It is a good card. I'm not going to lie to you. I do kind of regret a little bit picking up this card. My issue with Pascal Gross, and that I really should have taken into account more, he is capable of some good scores, but like, for what I paid, I don't know if he's necessarily worth it. I might try and shift him on to somebody playing the new Prem competition. He gets some really good scores, and he's a premium card, but he, a lot of the time, is Brighton's utility player, and that will screw me a lot. If Brighton have an injury or something, he's the guy that makes the sacrifice and play somewhere else. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure about that one. I picked up, I would have Tony Cruz, which is a tier 2, is a fantastic card. I mean, he's rising in price a lot because it's likely he gets a lot more game time. I think Sherman is injured, so that's really nice. I'm happy with that. I picked up a Rasmus Højlund as well. I picked up a few of these cards for their floor. Like, I picked up a Saliba as well. I picked up some of these guys for their floor before the Prem competition was announced. Got a bit lucky with that, so I might try and shift them on for a bit more. So yeah, it's kind of like a little update on my gallery. I won a Zach McMath as well from Champion America. That's kind of a bit of an update on my gallery. The main focus of this video is about the Doku Griezmann trade, which I'd love to hear your opinions on. And if you want more content like this, let me know. I don't like just making like, for me, this content seems a bit dull. I will make a video on my Cap 220 super rare / rare sort of. I am going to be playing those competitions the month long, and I'll let you guys know how it gets on and how I'm playing it and stuff like that. I have a lineup out at the minute, but it's like the goalie's not going to play, so you know, we'll see what happens there. I just picked up this guy because he's a DMP goalie. I picked him up just to put out a Capture 20 Super Rare lineup if I wanted a 4-man lineup, for example. But yeah, so I'll let you guys know how we sort of get on and the moves I'll be making and stuff like that with this, and you guys will sort of see my progression as well. I'll be doing super rare and rare. I didn't put up a rare lineup because I didn't have a goalkeeper this week, but I could have put up a 4-man maybe. Maybe I'll do that next week. Who knows? But yeah, thank you all for chilling and watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on the trade, and I'll make sure to bring you guys some more Sorare content in the near future. Thank you for watching.